Almighty push.
Ain't nobody even catching this. Y'all don't know what the message is. Y'all might listen to the hook, but y'all won't listen to the rest of this. Shang Tsung, shake some. Shang Tsung, shake some. Shang Tsung, shake some. Shang Tsung, shake some. Snatch the soul out your body. He must be Illuminati. They don't care about the words, they just care about the party. Shang Tsung, shake some. Shang Tsung, shake some. Shang Tsung, shake some. Shang Tsung, shake some.
Yo, welcome to another episode of the Young Code Parlay. What's good? What's good? It's nice to see y'all boys again, man. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. What's up, family?
Chillin'.
Man, so we got a lot to talk about, man. It is currently June, the month of June 2026, man. Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. It's Pride Month. It's Juneteenth month. All that stuff. If you celebrate all that, man, shout out to y'all, man. We're gonna go ahead and get started with this. We got a lot to talk about, but currently, man, we are in chapter 1186. Am I correct? 1186. Man, we gonna do a quick review of that chapter before we get into our main review. We're going to be starting a series where we review every arc in One Piece. So that's coming soon. But before we get into that, man, let's talk about this latest chapter. Brandon, you mind doing the nigga laces for us?
We run through a quick little review of it for real. So to start the chapter off, we cut in on the military in complete disarray because they getting destroyed by the actual world government. Brook has finally come upon probably with the worst thing he'll see in the next 20 years. The royal family's cooked. King dead. Princess Shuri there in a demonic form, very eerily similar to Tekken. Then you got the Gorosei full emu possession and a God's Knight sitting full spread eagle down there with the leg posture of somebody who know he not going to be touched. Brook pleading, big bro, don't die. Those words is falling on deaf ears, no pun intended. Emu peeping from the side on some we cooked your man. He's screaming for a medic, called an ambulance. No ambulance coming, ain't no medic. This intrusion ain't nothing but an inconvenience to the great one. We came here to pick Shuri up and that's it. Had your king just gave Shorty up, we wouldn't even be dealing with this right now. But you'll understand that very soon. I'm talking in the next several pages soon. As Princess Shuri let him know, hey man, I don't know what you heard. That man is not my father. I don't know yo like that. He had me down here in squalor with you poors and you bums and miscreants. I'm a celestial dragon. I'm supposed to be on Mary Jawai getting money. I been knew I was born from a lineage of get money niggas, and my daddy was not no get money nigga. That's why he owed y'all that money. That's why he owed the world government money, and that's not my type of stock. And Brooke pleading with her to let her know that a rich family on the other side of towns, just because they get money don't make them good people for real. You got to understand that. It's something deeper than this. It's blood in this. It's pride and loyalty in your name, and that's your father on the floor. And she like, I don't give a damn about none of that. Had he just gave me up, the country wouldn't be in disarray right now. Everybody be straight. I could have went and lived with my real pops and everybody be good. But she don't understand the dynamics here. And that's when her real daddy step in, who I'm assuming is this man. And we get into some whole type of next level cheer talk that I won't even discuss. I won't even discuss the level of cheer business going on right here. Not in my hands. Brooke, that's your big bro. You didn't get a chance to discuss this with him, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't obliged to none of this cheering that's going on over here. But Saint Man Margot, he cooked. He just like, hey, I remember you, little Afro head boy. Last time I was here, you couldn't even get close to me. And the same thing gonna happen right now. I ain't never even want to come to this backwater country. You trash, this country trash. I'm taking my alleged daughter with me. After I didn't put your king in that chair, and I'm dipping. And matter of fact, Shorty, go ahead and smoke this man. And he like, oh no, I changed your diapers. But sure, and I'm gonna be honest, this touching because he did change Shorty diapers. We was 16 years in. I loved you. I'd have died for any of y'all, especially you. And then you do this. You do this to me, Shorty. You breaking my heart. I can't even raise the sword on you. Take the shot straight through the skull for real. Straight through a skull, through the forehead. You would assume he would die because you would have died. And why? Because you're not real like Brooke. That's why. It's not because your brain different than his or your, but no, it's because you ain't as real as Brooke. Brooke took that shot. He said, "Man, oh, you got it, bro. I just moved my brain around so it don't hurt nothing vital, and I go here to take a little quick nap." He get back up with the hair wrap. He like, "What's going on?" Notice the hair wrap still got the afro intact. We don't even got that medical technology on our world. I can guarantee you, if you get God's rap, they're gonna fuck your afro up. Not in this world. They took care, and that's something that you gotta respect about their medical team over there. They said, "Don't fuck his fro up," and he came back and he remembered because a real nigga ain't gonna try to repress those memories. Shorty slimed out the king and she slimed me out, but I know it wasn't her. I know she got a good spirit. I know that ain't the real Shuri that I knew. So we at war at this point, and I'm heartbroken. And he hit the seas after this. But we jump back to the real time, and we see Brooke right now. He had to grab the scar. He had to grab the crack in the forehead, Harry Potter style, because that's the man that was promised right there. Brooke got the mark of a true legend right there. And what he going to do is get her out this block of ice. But first, you got to call on your friends, because family is what brings us together. Where the fuck is Vin Diesel when you need him? Call on the homies, dog. Hey,
family, bro, family.
They didn't possess my shorty. I know she a victim. We need to get her out there. So if it's okay, can we run down the slide on her? In the reactions here, Frankie, I can see the intensity and the passion in your heart. You passed, Frankie. Nami, it's a well of tears down there. And Nami don't cry for nothing but her sister, the tangerine tree, and big bags of money. And I don't see two of those three out this motherfucker right now. This motherfucker about that family right here. She welling up over family. Usopp just shot. He been shot this whole fucking joint. He on Elbath. I'm gonna give him a break. Jinbei, you looking way too mundane. You've been real lackadaisical. And I, hey, you better get to it, Jinbei. No need to be so formal. Let's smash up. Start smashing then, Jinbei. You on a pip. And I don't know if you know that. You got 5 chapters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 chapters, brother. Get it together. Do something. And when I say do something, I don't mean go beat no low-level nightmare. I don't mean go help somebody with a mechanism. I mean you get in that field, you take care of that water guard with Sanji, or you go head up and get into a guard's night battle. But you better do something of relevance. Because when Emu showed up, you did this.
He did what?
That's it. This was his. Wait, hey, Emu showed up. Zoro, sword attack. I gotta cut you down. He get into it. Emu show up. Sanji, I'm gonna kick the shit out this motherfucker. This shit going crazy. Emu show up. Jinbei. Him and Nami, same posture. What Frankie was out here getting busy. and said, Luffy, if you need me, just call on me. Luffy said, chill out. We got this. He under orders to
funny
chill.
as shit, bro.
He under orders to chill. Jinbei, ain't nobody told you to chill yet. You got tied up and you was sitting Indian style until Brook, he inchwormed out all abdominals to get you untied. And you did this.
Bro.
Come on, bro. Get out there, bro. But it's not about you. I respect the knuckle crack, but like the thing, yo, that better mean something. Brooke, take off. We getting to it. Brooke, I smell an awakening for you. I put my money on an awakening. That's my Yonko parlay. Brooke's awakening this arc. Luffy's full.
No.
Luffy that ate a full meal. He ready to go. He ain't doing this. He doing this. See, this is the posture of somebody that's trying to get active. This is a reactive posture. This getting active, this reactive.
Bro.
So
what we doing, bro?
I can't.
Luffy takes off.
Bro, I'm sorry, nigga. That shit's on the Instagram.
I was finished. All right. Luffy takes off because he's active. He's not reactive. And then we got Emu cut back. Emu gonna talk that shit. Ain't been a panel yet where Emu been in it and he ain't been talking that shit. Even while getting attacked, he gonna talk some shit. And he run around, he let these niggas know, hey, hoe ass nigga, I know you think that this going to end in a way that's progressive for you, but I didn't already did this before. 800 years ago, I done already ran the same play on y'all. I'm going to take these kids and y'all going to bend the knee. That's what's going to happen. Ain't no way around it. Unfortunately for Emu, though, we got Nika here, bro. We got Big Luffy here. The youngest of the Monkey D family, most likely, because we don't know what Garp doing out there. We don't know what Dragon doing out there. They move crazy, so it could be a little number one running around. But Luffy, hands on Emu. Drops it. Right across the chin. He jumping off the fist, got blood up out his mouth, whited the eyes. It don't get no deeper than that. It don't get, once they white your eyes and bring blood out your face, you either got to uphold or A, get in your stance. You either going uphold or you better get in your stance because you got a decision to make for real because they not playing with you. Jinbei made his choice. You make yours. Regulations.
Let's talk about it, yo. My man said, "Hey, bro. He said you gotta get active, bro."
I gotta find that panel where Jinbei and Nami forearmed up, bro.
Hey,
matching position,
bro.
My
God, bro.
Tell me, bro.
That nigga said that boy hit it, but
Oh, damn.
My eyes.
Oh,
so let's get legit. Let's get legit reaction to the chapter, bro. How did y'all feel about the chapter?
Oh fuck.
So I'm a part of the Brook Agenda team, and this is a solid backstory. It did what it was supposed to do. I know people want to do more, but it's a solid backstory. They want to write and then be surprised that Oda writes better than them. That's what they want. They want their dreams to come true and be like, Oda agrees with me.
Because I don't ever understand, and sorry to cut you off, but I don't understand why niggas be like, oh, I wanted a little bit more from this backstory. I'm like, what else you want, like Brooke to be some secret ass like superpower?
He a king, bro. He a king. They want him to be the royalty, bro. All of the Straw Hats got to be royalty.
There got this nigga is Michael Jackson, Prince, and Jimi Hendrix in one nigga. Like, what else y'all want, bro?
We heard this before, though.
And Chris Brown.
We heard this before. We heard this. We heard the same sentiments when we were in Wano.
Mm-hmm.
When they said Kaido's
Fuck.
backstory didn't do it for me. And I
Yeah.
stood 10 toes down saying, y'all are gonna regret y'all saying this when the Rock's backstory comes. Because you can't really do Kaido's backstory without Rocks. And what happens? We get the Rock backstory, and it immediately went up to everyone's top three.
Hold on now.
Immediately.
Hold on now. Because I was one of those dudes that were disappointed by Kaido's backstory originally. And when the Rock story came out, Rock's flashback is amazing. God Valley flashback up to this point has been amazing. Rock's backstory is a little bit above God Valley for me, even though they kind of coincide a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But Rock's backstory is up here a little bit for me. Um, I wish we got more from Kaido. Now, in retrospect, now that I'm looking at when we came out of the Loki backstory, I wish we got a little bit more rocks. I mean, a little bit more Kaido. I thought it was gonna answer a lot of things for us. Like we still don't know why he had the issue with being drunk. Alcoholism. He telling Luffy that be careful who you ally with because niggas are turning on you. Like I said, I wanted to see that Kaido. Why that nigga had those types of philosophies, those beliefs.
I thought we saw that during God Valley.
I feel like we did see that during God Valley
Yeah.
because you got Shiki betraying them. You
Well,
got
yeah. I mean, the connection. I mean, yeah. So we could. So like, I'm not gonna be the person that gets real antsy with it. Like, yes,
mm,
I agree that what y'all saying.
you
Like,
just want it
we
more.
see. I wanted the connection to Kaido.
Gotcha.
Like
Okay.
his reaction to it or whatever, like something like that. I mean, now mind you, bro, we got. I think his backstory was sufficient. So if I don't get it ever, like any more added to it, I'm fine. I mean, Kaido is still one of the greatest villains in this story. So I ain't tripping, but yeah. As far as this backstory go, I didn't really care because I didn't expect Oda to give it to me, and so my expectations was really low from this. Um, I enjoy the flashback? Me personally, yes, I did. I loved it. I loved the flashback. Um, I I see it was like even like the small nuances like learning like that's why Brooke has this crack in his head, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It came from Shuri and all that stuff. Like that was unique in a way. Like now it's weird because like again like and I know we've talked about this offline, but like the One Punch Man, they were in the middle of like a couple years ago. They were in the middle of the Blast versus Empty Void fight, and then they cut through that and went straight to the Neo hero before they cut back to it, right? Just to do intro on the Neo hero, and it was like that's weird. Why would you do that? And so we're in the middle of this fight with Emu and Loki, and then you cut to this flashback, and I mean, and I think I get why because I feel like they're like obviously we get this flashback. We have a little bit more of a connection emotionally with Junko, with Shuri, whatever we calling her right now.
No
We have
facts.
that much of we have a little bit more of a connection with her emotionally. So I feel like the flashback was necessary. That part of Brooke we need. I mean, I didn't expect it, but I'm glad we got it. But my expectations were low. So like like if he comes out of this with a power up or anything like that, like Brandon saying awakening. I mean, hey, let's go. The straw hat. We all rooting for the straw hat. So of course, let's go. But I mean, my expectations personally were low. So I didn't really expect much to come out of this. But I mean, it's over. Be back to the main fight. Let's see what happens. We got my boy Omar is here. What's up, Omar?
Hello, everybody.
Yo,
How's it going?
Yo, I hate this nigga so much.
You old as shit, bro. You really old as shit.
Yo, Tony, you see how that nigga adjusted his mic on his joint?
Exactly.
So as I walk into the room, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the O that you should know. Omar Solo, a part of the Yonko Parlay, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways,
No. I'm not letting you get that shit off.
Can I cook?
No,
you can't cook. What are you talking about?
Can I flip?
All right. Boy, I hate that dish. You got it, though.
Tony,
you got it, though.
Can I be old? Hey, allow me to
take the cast iron.
As the youngsters will say, ISO on me, okay? You can feel the aura on the screen right now.
I saw on the other dude. No.
Right. Hey, look, the bald hockey is strong. But anyways, it is always a pleasure to be in the presence of fellow Yonkos with Conquerors Hockey. Now, we all have different levels of Conquerors Hockey in this parlay. We all know about bald heads and what they say about parlays and hockey. But enough about that. I'm here to talk about this chapter. I'm here to talk about this flashback. I'm here to smile. And I'm here to call Tony a young nigga. But let's focus on what's important first.
Right,
Tony is a young nigga. All right? Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the chapter.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Word to Trick Willie. No, I mean, at the end of the day, and I'm not sure what's been said because I just jumped in, this flashback will determine once we see what happens later on in the story. I'm on record for outside conversations. I'm 6'7" when it comes to the flashback. I mean, I don't mind it, but I didn't need it. I'm also not going to say this is a great flashback, but I know Brandon probably mentioned it earlier, if you add the totality of Brooke's full flashback and this entire story, then yes, Brooke has a solid overall arching story for his flashback. But in a perfect world, if this leads to the out for Musama, with his time limit on the surface level, if Gunko, sacrifices herself to get the God Knights off of Elbaf, who knows? I just feel like this it gives you a route for an outs, and if that's what the flashback has shown us, it talked about the eyes, and it talked about Gunko and Brooke's relationship. So, and also talks about love too. So if those pay dividends down the road once we get back to the main story, I'm perfectly fine. Shout out to Luffy in the base form with a hockey punch, Molly Whopping Emu. Look, when Luffy punches people, I feel like I'm punching somebody, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like that's the people's punch. You know how The Rock had the people's elbow? If you watch wrestling, Little Yachty had a boat of an elbow today. I'm not going to call it for the people, but it was a boat of an elbow earlier today during the Night of Champions. Luffy has the parlay punch. He's doing it for us as a Yonko parlay, ladies and gentlemen. So every time Luffy winds up and says Gomo Gomo no, he's not doing that for you. He's not doing that for anybody else. One Piece is about the hands. And when Luffy is throwing those hands, I'm a happy person.
Did you really just get on here and say that bullshit? Are you good?
All right, now that I can be serious. So, you know what? I haven't been on an episode in a long time, so my mission is to upset Tony all throughout this episode, okay? So, I'm going to make the way go through all the emotions and all the emotions, okay?
All right, bro.
So,
how do I change my name, bro?
Start the counter to every time he says hi, bro.
I'll change my name, bro. Hold on. Don't even worry about it.
I'll change my name. It's crazy.
Nah, don't even worry about it.
All right.
Oh man,
Donald, did you have anything else you want to add to it, bro?
No, it was just like I said, solid chapter. I'm always going to give extra points to anything where like the crew is acting like a family, gathering up, supporting Brooke. So yeah, I don't care what anyone says. This is solid writing, and I trust Noda that it's going to pay in dividends, and people are going to be coming back saying sorry about what they said.
Or they might not. They might just be like, "Oh, One Piece, the
And
greatest."
they might just
They're
take
the
the L in
greatest story of
silence.
all time, right? I was always on Brooks' side.
Niggas be lying.
Yo, no.
Right.
Yo, no.
Niggas be lying, bro.
One thing I know about this chapter and this backstory that it's just setting up for what I've called for many a arc. I've been asking Oda for it, and I'm finally about to get it. And I don't care what none of the naysayers online or the hating ass niggas in our Discord say. Brook awakening on the way. Possible Chopper awakening. We don't know. It could be a bonanza of awakenings in the sight of Emu, but I know for sure Brook about to use some hockey or Brook about to awaken. You take your pick.
All right, let's get into this East Blue review, man. So again, just the transition. So the Yonko Parlay, we decided that we are going to start this series in which we go through and review every arc in the story of One Piece, starting with, and because the East Blue is made up of a few really small arcs, we decided to combine the whole East Blue Saga into this review. So we're going to be reviewing the whole East Blue Saga and then going over each different arc. And so we're going to talk about that. So what I've done, I think I want to combine the Romance Dawn saga, arc with the Orange Town arc if we can. And yeah, and then so what we'll do is we'll have a quick review of what happened in the Romance Dawn saga arc with Luffy, the beginning of the story up until Zoro joins, and then the Orange Town arc. So, my brother, if you mind, go ahead and giving us a summary real quick, and then we'll go from there.
You want to do a summary of the whole joint, or
do you want to do? I was just gonna break it up into pieces.
Yeah,
so
everybody can talk. Thinking.
So everybody can talk.
I just do the prologue right now. So before niggas really get into it in One Piece, you got the one and only king of the pirates to ever have existed, Gold D. Roger. That's coming straight from Gold DT. You want to respect the Gold family, man. Executed in Log Town. Rest in peace. You was a real one, and had they not killed you, you'd have lived long enough that pirate cancer took you out. You was dying either way. And his last words, I left all my money, all the gold, all the treasure in one piece. Go get it if you're not a fuck nigga. If you won't get off your ass, fuck nigga, and go get this bread, then it's out there. Everything you want. Fame, power, respect, hoes, whatever you need, nigga, I left it all in one piece. And then you get Monkey D. Luffy, a young boy, Fuchsia Village, running around at the docks. And who he running to? The God King. But he wasn't the God King yet. He was just Shanks. He wasn't red hair Shanks. He wasn't the Yonko Shanks. He was just Shanks. And that's what you got to understand about the East Blue. This is about people coming from the mud, getting out the junkyard. And if you understood that, then you will understand the grind, bro. You ain't even feel that music touch your spirit. You probably listen to stuff like Alanis Morissette. And I listen to Alanis Morissette, but not when I'm trying to get some fucking money. And that's your problem. Young Luffy, he out there listening to YN rap. NBA young boy. In the field, punching tigers in their face. He meets Shanks. He say, Shanks, I'm going to be a pirate too. Let me get down with your set. Shanks say, I ain't letting no kids on my set, even though that was a lie. Uta, you proved that was a lie. So, but hey, the God King do what the God King want to do. God King going to do what the God King want to do. Only person tell the God King what to do is Ben Beckman and the God King. And sometimes Mihawk, but we won't talk about that. Then Luffy like, bet I can't get down with your crew. What if I eat off? I hit a lick and I eat your devil fruit. Now what? You gotta let me on the crew. I done ate your devil fruit. You just hit the lick on the world government, got who's who fired, and then I hit the lick on you. I told you I was slimy. Lou Shiesty. He went and got it back in blood. He said, I can't be on the crew. I'm going to eat the devil fruit. He did that. And then, lo and behold, He cost that man his arms. He went out there. He was on that boat. He fell in the ocean. You can't swim with no devil fruit. He ain't really know all of the rules yet to eating devil fruits. Sea Beast come out there thinking he got a full snack. Didn't realize he was dealing with just shanks. Not even Yonko yet. Let that Conqueror's hockey out of one eye. This the same Conqueror's hockey move he hit the tree nigga with, because we don't even say his name. The tree nigga with the Wood Rider out there, the Kainu Wood Rider, hit him with that same move he hit the fish with. Fish bowed down. At least the fish had enough respect for himself to take an arm. Tree Rider did nothing. He took a walk. That's what he did. He said, it's lunch. If it wasn't for lunch, I'd stay and fight. Took that walk. And that's how we ended that prologue. Romance done. Luffy leaves the village and he's extremely underprepared. But you'll need preparation when you're going to be the Pirate King. What you need is to get out in that field and get stuff done. Preparation going to come from your crew. Every good Pirate King that I've never seen, and it's only been one, didn't plan nothing. He looked at his crew and told them to plan it. That's the rules. He hit that road. He got out there. Then he run into the bandit, gets smacked. He smacked that. Minor skirmishes. But during these minor skirmishes, he run into somebody, my little homie Cole. And Cole, like, hey, I need you to get me out the field. And Luffy said, why would I do that? You just in the wrong field. Don't never get out the field, Kobe. I see you got hope in your spirit now. You got cowardice in your soul, but that's only there because of trauma. I'm going to send you to my grandfather. He going to beat that out of you. I had some of that in me too, and he beat it out of me. And I can tell you can be just like me, but you got to go get pounded. You got to get hit.
Fast forward.
Pause. It's Pride.
Pause.
Pride month, brother. So we go, hey, play. Fair play. World Cup. Hey, are we still in that,
Goal!
And what was happening was Kobe said, all right, bet, I'm rocking with you. So they dip out of there or out here, and then they run into the homie Zoro. He already booked, but Luffy can sense the realness in him. Luffy see it, and he say, hey, bro, you going to join my crew? Zoro say, no, I'm not. Respectfully, this is the first time this happened, so I know you don't know the protocol. But when me, Monkey D. Luffy, say you're going to join the crew, you're going to join the crew. And that's just how it goes. Unfortunately for you, I made the call. That's how it goes. Zoro said no, but he get freed by Luffy, and he joins that crew. He hop on the boat. Then we encounter our first Devil Fruit, Orange Town arc. Buggy and his crew are actually putting in work. And you would think that they will be worthy adversaries later in the story if you were a betting man, but no. This is the lowest tier of pirating that you're going to see almost period across the story. This Krieg level piracy right here. They're in the East Blue doing this. Imagine if somebody told you they was a killer, but the block that they ran was in the safest suburban neighborhood in your state. I don't know what it is for everybody's state, but whatever the nicest suburban neighborhood, that's the East Blue. They whole sea pussy. Buggy running it though, because he got the devil fruit, and he probably one of like 7 people in the whole sea with a devil fruit over there. Because every real get money nigga with a devil fruit that already went to the Grand Line. That's how you know Buggy's soft. But he's lucky and he's smart and he conniving. And that's all you really need to be a pirate. Ask Blackbeard. Luffy defeat Buggy though, because what you don't know, you got to keep your feet on the ground, but you can always be kicked in the nuts. If you forget in the fighting world, in the world of piracy, to protect your nuts, what next? You gonna forget to protect your neck? Let's be for real, bro. Like, you got to tighten up, Buggy. And now we get Luffy's first introduction into the bounty system. And if my memory serves me correct, that boy got 30 million berries put on his head. You know how many families that can feed, what that can do for a small village? Your mama only worth 2 Sedonas at max. You yourself, you worth in the One Piece world, they probably put 10,000 berries on your head. Nigga can come get you as an afternoon D. He like, hey, I'm gonna hit the grocery market, pick up some fruit, and then I'm gonna go pick you up. Cause you're not like that. You're not no 30 million berry bounty, nigga. 30 million off the bat. No bounty at all. I went from 0 to 30 million. You know how many people we done seen in the stories with bounties less than that? And they had to work up to that. I'm on the sea for 3 months. It's been 2.5 months. I ain't even really seen nothing yet. I've been to 2 islands, 30 million on my head. Y'all don't pirate like that, and that's why your crew's weak. Let's get into this review.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I think it was less than that, bro. I think it was less than 2 months.
Yeah, it probably was 3 weeks.
East Blue.
No, it was.
Yeah, the whole East Blue was like in the span of like.
I think it was like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Month,
so like that's disrespectful.
He went and got 30 million on his head in 2 pay periods.
No, he got his first bounty after Arlong. I think about it. Was it after Arlong?
Yeah, it was after Arlong. He had to defeat Arlong and got his first bounty.
So he didn't get a bounty, but I think Buggy was the Buggy.
That's still the introduction of the bounties because you see Buggy boast about like, oh, this is my bounty here.
Because Alvita, she had a bounty. They just didn't introduce it until we got the Buggy's arc. Yeah. All right, let's get into this review, man. Romance Dawn and Orange Town. We get the introduction of 2 key characters in Nami and Zoro, which one of the cleanest scenes of that first saga came from Romance Dawn arc, where you get you see that Axe-Hand Morgan's getting ready to chop down on Luffy, and Zoro just come out of nowhere because he trusts that nigga to do the deed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Come out of nowhere. That anime scene was clean. Even in 4Kids, I know. That was clean for me. Yeah, it's cool. That was cool.
I won't have much to say. I'll say more for a little bit later on as we continue on with the East Blue. I think the key thing that I realized going back and watching highlights from the East Blue Saga is I realized like why I did not care for One Piece when I was younger. That's not to dismiss the story that I love, but in my mindset back then, I was a Dragon Ball dude. I was, Ronin Warriors. I wasn't prepared for the storyline. And going back, I have a joy of seeing where characters are now. But looking at Axe-Head Morgan, and I was just like, Axe-Head, yay. Looking at Buggy's powers was unique back then. Just going back and looking at that and thinking about how, wow, devil fruits are just like these end alls. So what type of devil fruits are we going to see going forward? Fast forward to where we are now with devil fruits and hockey. So then also just seeing the introduction, though, seeing niggas with swords. Anytime you saw somebody like Zoro or in any type of story or any type of anime or cartoon, you always lean towards the character with the sword. So I thought that was cool. And then that was unique. Going back in time, I can remember when I was younger, I saw somebody with 3 swords. Like we've never, in my anime watching history, saw somebody use the swords with a sword in the mouth. So that was unique to see going back. So I just thought like I'll say more once we wrap up and do everything. But just going back and watching, I can see why I can see why I didn't care for One Piece as much, But and that's not to knock the series. I can see why I can see why I was just watching it.
Yeah, you think? Well, we'll talk about that later. I got a question for you later. Donald, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, no, I would say the way they introduced characters was very interesting, but it didn't lock you in yet. Like episode 1, you're seeing Nami like in the background here and there, and you're starting to see this like, all right, what's a little bit of foreshadowing. And I gotta agree with like there's a lot of things that were unique, but didn't like completely sell you on it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking back then that was a week to week. Like, thank God we have now the like watchers can do a binge,
Mm-hmm.
but us on cable television or like I think Fox Kids and so forth, like this week
Yeah.
to week, it
Or
was kind of like,
WB.
all right, it's just this is a Saturday morning cartoons. I'm watching my Saturday morning cartoons, and this happens to be in there, so I'm gonna watch it with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a little bit of the saving grace for One Piece because there is a lot of fluff in the beginning. Um, and I think the what's going to happen with the remake and even with the live action kind of condensing some of that makes it more of an enjoyable watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brandon, you want to add to that, or you
Yeah.
good with keeping it going, or
Uh,
we can do both?
yeah. My only thing with the East Blue, kind of those first ones, was this felt like a different show than everything else that I had watched up to that point. And like I started watching maybe early '90s, and I was watching a lot of extremely over the top, grotesque action horror, like your Ninja Scrolls, Wicked Cities. And when I came to One Piece, it was kind of the first time I've seen something that had like the tone or kind of like a feel that was like that action and grittiness to it, but like also a whimsy that I enjoyed personally and that like I liked from Western cartoons. And it was like a meeting in the middle for me because of how goofy Luffy was. So I was kind of like locked in off of that alone. And then as we started to get other characters, and I'm like, oh, Shanks looks cool as shit. Zoro's tough. Like Nami is like a cool Catwoman character, and like I like DC, so Nami always gave me Catwoman vibes and just her attitude rather than like looking like a Catwoman copy. So like I those three arcs off the back just kind of locked me in, and I've been watching since then for real until I was able to learn how to do the Luffy way and get those manga chapters.
That's funny that you bring that up because that's kind of my experience. Like, so yeah, for me, yeah, it was when One Piece was on WB, and it did come on Saturday mornings. It came on for us. It came on Sundays, and so being one of those people growing up, going to church on Sunday morning, so I'm up anyway. So I'm just like, yeah. But while everybody else getting ready to, get ready for church, I'm already dressed. Let me go in here and turn on this One Piece, and I'm looking at it. A show about pirates. You know what I'm saying? Looking for a treasure. I'm like, how corny can you get, bro? And this is back in time when Pirates of the Caribbean was still kind of fresh and all that. I'm like, yeah, I ain't really into this, bro. And it's crazy that I said that because I then end up going to an anime where all the niggas did was play with cards and duel each other with cards, bro. And it was and I don't know why in my mind I thought that was better than this show about pirates, bro. But I did, and I regret that. And Luffy, I apologize. I did, and bro, I was a huge fan of this show with niggas just playing cards, bro. But I couldn't get with the pirate shit. I don't know, but I mean, and 4Kids dubbed both, so like it wasn't like it was the issue with the studio or the anime. It was, but it was the same studio for both anime. So it took me a while to get into it. And once I was able to do like Luffy, and get the manga, that's when I actually started getting into it, and it brought me back to the anime for sure.
It's so
So
crazy you said that because it took me forever to get into the One Piece anime. I mean, excuse me, the One Piece manga. I remember where I was when I was reading Bleach every week, and I was reading
mhm,
Naruto every week. I didn't get into One Piece until later, until much later in the game, and it's crazy how it became my favorite. Uh,
mhm.
but like Bleach was really my go-to. Like Bleach, I remember Bleach Thursday. Shout out to was it Manga Panda back in the day, or was it
Yeah.
we're not gonna talk about the sites that we Luffy though.
excuse me, shout out to Shonen Jump and shout out to Viz Media for always being there.
Before y'all even had apps.
Shout out to Shonen though, for real, man. Because like I know, like there's a lot of critiques we can have for Shonen, bro, but the fact that like that they provide themselves as a hub for putting out content, for different mediums, like that's dope, man. I wish we had something like that here for American media, but yeah. Let's go ahead and go into Syrup Village. What I will say though about Syrup Village, like even getting into like the live action that just came out too, it's a reason why this arc had uh, a significantly bigger amount of episodes, chapters than I feel like the arcs that preceded it. And so we're gonna go ahead and get into that, man. Syrup Village arc.
Are we doing? Are you just doing syrup?
You want to add Baratier in there?
Yeah, because Arlong and Logtown is like, since you just did let's keep doing 2 and 2 since there's like 6 total.
Yeah, let's do that. That's cool. Let's go to Baratier, Syrup and Baratier.
So I'll do mine quick. Syrup Village, we come in online as Usopp. Everybody know he a liar. He keep talking about all the stuff that he didn't did. He ain't done it yet. But the thing about Usopp lying is that at some point it become true. So did he even lie in the first place? That's up to you. That's a philosophical question that you gotta go ahead and de-ravel with your mind. Captain Kuro though, he was on that island. You thought you got away. Captain.
He putting his hands on.
He was in there touching that little girl, giving her illegal substances, trying to take advantage of her for her money. You are island boy. You are
J boy.
You won't get one past me, brother. I know what you was doing, but unfortunately for you, we had anti-hand touchers on the island. Anti-hand touchers. And Luffy, he not doing this. He doing this. So he went and ran that fade, baby.
Parlay punch.
Hey, bro, hold on. Talk about. What was he not doing? What was Jinbei doing, bro?
A nigga wasn't hitting niggas with this now.
If Jinbei would have seen the flames,
is that a Dempsey roll that Jinbei hit?
Man,
he ain't rolled nothing.
He is not offensive like that, boy. That was a standard
block. And then
that was hey, chill on me, chill.
He get the fade, and he wasn't prepared for it. He thought the kitty gloves was going to do something. No.
Hey, that's a double.
Bop. He hit that, and Usopp like, hey, bro, I've been lying to these people for the last about decade since I was a baby and I could talk. I got to get on this boat right now because I got to go make that trip. I was capping. I ain't not even left the island.
Hey, yo, I've been gaslighting these niggas, bro. Let me on this boat, bro.
Hey, they don't even trust me no more. You synced it. Let me on the boat. Luffy said, I need somebody like you. You seem useful. Little did he know that's the son of his big homie. And he sensed it in the spirit, voice all things style. He said, bet, join the crew. Also, you got a boat, and I don't. And that I'm not saying that's the only reason he got on the crew. But I'll be lying to say it if it's not a significantly good reason.
Bro. Hey, listen. Now you said, hey, yo, y'all want my boat? Let me get on this. Get on it with y'all.
If y'all want to hoop and I can't hoop, why I'm gonna let y'all have my basketball?
Yeah, so I'm taking my
basketball home. I go home. I can't hoop. I go to fuck on home. Now, if you gonna be a pirate and I got a boat and you don't got a boat,
how that work?
Guess what? I'm letting you be captain. He ain't even asking to be captain. He just vice captain.
No,
Zoro, eat your heart out.
No, he said he was captain at first, bro. That nigga tried to finesse.
He tried to finesse, but we know. It's a Star-Lord Thor type of setup. It's like you can call yourself what you want, but we know.
You're not group leader. That's cool.
It's cool, bro. Everybody knows you're the captain, Usopp. Everybody, right?
We know.
Right?
Yeah.
We know.
Sure. Who's up? You got it.
My bad.
When Kaido show up, though, guess who not captain no more? when Akainu walk on the field and say, "Where's the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates?"
That nigga said,
I'm
the crew boy. I'm just the crew boy.
I'm not even on the crew. Straw Hats. I'm not even sure I've ever heard of the name Monkey D anything.
Nigga, so I don't believe I don't deal
Only
with
Monkey D I know is Garp.
Yeah,
you wore the Marines, sir.
even then, I'm just a fan from a distance. I'm not involved with that, but any intimately.
Do you see my weapon, bro? It's just a slingshot, bro.
I found this on the street. Like this not even mine for real. Like,
bro, this is
kidnapped me. I was kidnapped, bro. This is
they touched my body. They touched my body.
And then we hop on the crew, and we got an extra edition because Murray, rest in peace, one of the realest ones. You was a member of the Straw Hat Pirates, and every time they leave your name off one of the lists, every time they disparage you by not acknowledging your existence, this is exactly what the fuck Usopp was talking about. Mm-hmm. This is exactly why he did what he did, and I gotta respect it. But also, you had to lose that fight, and we're gonna get to that in this whole saga. Hey, we run into the Baratiat, chefing, cooking, getting on that grill, and they feeding everything. And Sanji like, hey, bro.
Hey, Brandon. Mm-hmm. Pour one out for the Baratiat boys. Pour one out for the Baratiat boys. Pour one out for the Baratiat boys. Pour one out for the Baratiat boys, man.
Nigga, we always liquor over here.
Hey, we ain't in Baratiat. They like, bet we fitting to eat, and they was like, yo, you gotta pay for this, and everybody was like, ooh. money? Actual cash berries. Damn, I'm fresh out, but I can do dishes. So they got Luffy in the back busting suds doing dishes because Luffy a lot of things. He's not gonna skip out on no bill.
Yeah, that nigga busted hella suds, boy. That nigga back there feed for 15
I see
families.
y'all on World Star and YouTube and whatever else kids watching on Instagram. Y'all going in these restaurants and y'all trying to run out the door on these
Dine and dash and shit.
Look, dine and dashes for real. Luffy don't do that. He play about a lot of things, and I mean a lot. He don't play about food.
Not about food.
He the utmost respect, bro. If you feed him and you say it costs this amount, he gonna pay it. Honestly, he's so dumb. You could probably get him paid 20,000 berries for a ham sandwich.
Mm-hmm. He gonna pay it.
He gonna pay it, bro.
He don't respect it, but he gonna pay it.
He gonna have asked Nami for the money,
and
but he gonna pay it.
Solve the problems afterwards.
Yup. And if you tell him you got any problems that need physical altercation, he go beat the shit out somebody.
Bro, if we really think about this nigga Luffy be asking for money from Sanji like that one nigga that be asking his girlfriend, hey yo, can you help me buy some VC for 2K?
That's exactly. Luffy be hugging Nami from the back.
Oh god, just like.
And then we get Don Creed. This is one of the first whole ass niggas that we run into. Not the last, but one of the first. Because not only is he a scumbag to his own people, he a scumbag to regular people, and he a scumbag to himself. All because he went to that real world. He went to the wrong side of the Grand Line.
He saw they went about them games, bro.
Boy, he went over to where Whitebeard and them be at. Belt.
He went on one of them winter islands that Kaido like.
Hey, he was over there where he seen that Lightning Island. He was like, "Yeah, Lightning Island, we great. We out here." Belt. I don't even think he got past Big Mom territory.
They said, hey, which boat you want? Which boat you want?
That's exactly what showed up in front of him.
Bro got that Mihawk belt.
He got
Mihawk followed that nigga back.
Mm-hmm. He got the belt so bad that the world government said, "Yo." The world government called and said, "Hey, he ran from the New World belt Mihawk, we need you to go track him down. Mihawk said he ain't get enough belt. He said, nah. He said, bet I got you. And that's exactly what Mihawk did. Because Mihawk shows up and he give the whole armada the belt. Everybody getting cut down. Zoro sees this and says, hey, what if I jump off the porch? What if I did something? What if I signed a check that my body couldn't cash?
Wait.
What you're saying is that Zoro was B2K. Zoro was B2K and Mihawk was Pretty Ricky, and it was belt to ass.
Hold on, it was like you got some hits, boy.
Said, "Oh, I found y'all niggas. Hold on." I heard them niggas wanted to smoke.
Hey, yo.
That's the reason why I love you.
I heard them niggas wanted to smoke, bro.
Hey, yo.
This nigga Zoro jumped off the porch and Mihawk proceeded to pick him up, swaddle him in a blanket, kiss his forehead,
bro,
and walk him back up the steps and place him back on the porch.
That nigga looked at me so.
Can we talk about the fact that this nigga Mihawk pulled out his butter knife and said, "I'm gonna fight you with this butter knife first, bro."
That's the joint he used to open packages and boxes, bro.
Bro,
that's like not even a weapon, bro.
Imagine going down the Imagine going on the street and the nigga said, "I'm not even gonna bring my real gun out." This nigga brings out a paintball gun and says, "All right, bro, you ready?"
And then don't even shoot the paintball gun. He just start pistol whipping you with it.
Yo,
you're like, wow.
This nigga Mihawk had this and stopped 3 swords dead center, and Zoro still wasn't like, maybe I should stop.
That nigga, bro.
Let's get it popping.
Because at that point,
you probably wonder how I ended up like this.
Because at that point, bro said, "I committed, dog. I gotta go. I gotta do something. This nigga broke 2 of my swords. He called me a pussy.
You won't break my swords. You won't break my swords. You won't break my swords."
Yo, that man Zoro stood there and said, "Yo, at least cut me down like a real man." Mihawk said, "This is the first real shit you done did this whole fight," and pulled the actual chopper out. And I know in that moment, right before that, Zoro was like, "Yeah, I got complimented by my idol," and then he seen him reach to his back. It immediately was like, "Oh my god, nigga, damn!"
No, it's the craziest thing you say that, Brandon, because we all know that later on in the story, maybe in Thriller Bark, that nothing happened. But let me tell you something right now in the Baratier, something happened, okay? And what happened was that nigga Mihawk pulling up.
That nigga said, "Hey yo, switch me down, big dog. I can't hold you. I can't deal with this disrespect."
Something happened.
Zoro knew he got beat up bad in front of the crew one time and said, "There's no way I can admit to Sanji that this happened a second time." That boy Kuma did that man dirty. He said, "Oh, you a fighter?" Man, we'll get to that. Hold on, man. And then in the last part of the Baratier, Sanji finally like, "Yo, I always wanted to be free. I'm going to join the crew and be a pirate because I'm a real one and I want to go see the All Blue."
Yeah, once again, and breaking down these two, and because once we get to the end is where I really started buying in more to One Piece, but definitely look at JJ right now. But still, the Baratier was also too, because when Sanji got introduced, I felt like he was a suave type of character. I felt now 4 kids, if you know, we don't got to speak on what they did to him. We don't got to talk about that. He was about don't give it up, Luffy. But don't give it up, Zoro, Nami. Don't give it up, Zolo. Give it up.
Let's call that nigga Zolo, bro.
Give up the lollipop, by the way. That lollipop ruined them.
We ain't gonna talk about it, bro. This ain't the 4Ks review. This still just the one.
I think Syrup Village. To be honest with you, I have 0 memories of watching that live. But I do remember the Barate because I remember when Zanchi was introduced, and I do remember the Mihawk because once again, niggas with swords. I'm younger and niggas with swords. But definitely, like I said, I remember going back and watching these highlights. I can see why when I was younger I didn't care for it as much, but I can also see when I know when I got my buy-in was, which will happen once the next Nicolation starts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like the next Nicolations is going to be my lock-in point. Like, all right, and that's honestly that's my secret on how to get people to watch One Piece.
Just stick with
So
it.
honestly, I'll tell because me and my wife have been married 13 years. We'll be celebrating our 13th year in August. For 10 years, she hated One Piece. Couldn't stand it. Every time I had it on the TV, she just make a sound and walk away.
A decade?
Over a decade.
Oh
Guess who's the biggest? Guess who's the biggest One Piece fan now? And I'm gonna tell my secret on the next after the next relations.
Always, man, nigga. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. All you
Yo,
need is
Tony,
episode 1, bro. All you need is episode 1, bro.
Tony, you want to review the whole thing because you missed out on the Romance Dawn and Orange Town Arts too. If there's anything extra you want to add to it,
Romance Dawn, real niggas pull up. My nigga pull up out that barrel ready wrecking shit. You feel me? He really just whooping shit. It's just like who Luffy gonna get belt to next? That's Romance Dawn. I'm giving belt one way, another. Either way, none of you niggas can really fuck with me for real. We gotta go through ethics and shit because niggas have to take ethics courses. But like, I'm really just gonna beat the nigga ass for real. Let's keep it a stack. You feel me? It don't matter if it's Syrup Village. It don't matter if it's Orange Town. It don't matter if it's a fucking a Marine base. Nigga shot at me. I shot it back. Like, what the fuck we finna do now? Real talk. Hey, I gotta get my niggas, even though one of them gonna snake me, but it's just because that nigga just got some trauma built up because a fish nigga killed their moms and shit. It's like, all right, bro, we gonna spin the block real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of block spinning. Niggas be having trauma and shit, and niggas gotta be like, you know what? Who else I gotta beat? And he just do what he gotta do, man. Like, it's just real nigga shit. I don't know why niggas be like, it's so One Piece is so hard to get into. Nah, bro. When you get into the premise of it's a young nigga and he really running fades for real, it's simple, bro. It's peak television. I can't even lie to you.
Yeah, I think for me, like, because it's advertised as a adventure anime. Like, if you're in America, you didn't really know what shonen was, or at least I didn't growing up in the 90s. I didn't really know what shonen was. So it was like you either got fighting anime, you know what I'm saying, or like I guess they kind of shaped One Piece that way. And really, like, now that I think about it, when I go back, like when you hear like what Tony's saying, like that's all he was doing was just running up on islands asking for fades. And it was, I want you to be a part of my crew. Oh, you said you got to scrap first? All right, bet, let's do it. Like, that's literally all East Blue was. Like, he left with 4 niggas.
The only real niggas in the entirety of East Blue.
4 niggas. Them 4 niggas.
And he got all 4 from different islands.
That was only.
Hey, I want you to be a part of my crew. Well, let's go run this fade real quick.
When we look at every island that he would been to, name somebody else you wanted on the crew.
Every island or just the East Blue?
Just the East Blue.
I would have took Zeph.
Nigga, nobody but Zeph, right? Zeph,
Blackleg Zeph.
I would have took Zeph for
East Blue. Maybe
Zeph was red leg. He was red leg.
Maybe
Jin. He was dead leg.
Maybe Jin. You feel me?
You said who?
Retired leg.
I said maybe that nigga Jin. You know what I'm saying? But he was too long.
But it was nobody, bro. No, Brandon right though. Like it literally and low key, they could have kept Usopp.
But hold up, that's not. But at the same time, that's not like what Luffy thought. Because Luffy asked a bunch of people.
Yo, because Luffy don't know what he's doing.
No, but see, like
not too much
like East Blue. I saw a video that did. I think I saw a video that showed
the Island of Rare Animals art, which is only one episode.
Yeah, he was on that accent. Everything.
He has Guyman to join, Guymon and whatever.
He asked Chef to join.
He asked Chef. There wasn't nobody else at East Blue that he asked though.
I gotta go back to the video, but there was a video.
I want to call this nigga gaming so bad, bro.
There is a video. I think there was a video I saw where it's like if everyone that Luffy had asked.
Yeah, that's a horror. That's a horror.
Yeah,
I saw that video. Yeah.
And I think he comes out. He comes out with like 7 people out of East Blue or something like that.
I'm trying to.
I gotta go back.
I just remember because if it's 7, you still got the original 4. You got
I don't think he never asked. He never really asked Sanji.
He's just picking stuff that he think weird.
He asked Sanji. He told Sanji. He
didn't ask him. He said Sanji, you're coming on my crew.
He said, "Hey, big dog, you come." I said no. This nigga said, "I asked you if you said no."
I talked to your dad. Luffy said, "I talked to your father."
That nigga
I went to your father. He said, "You coming on the crew."
But he technically he asked Frankie then. Did he ask Frankie then, or did they?
Frankie owed them bread.
Frankie owed that nigga money.
Frankie owed him money. He finessed Frankie with the power of
and he got his balls touched by Robin. So like,
he did ask.
But I mean, that was.
But he asked Iceberg first.
Yeah,
he did ask Iceberg. He also asked Paulie. He asked Paulie, Iceberg.
Yeah, he did ask Paulie.
Yes.
I ain't gonna hold you. That was the red herring that they did. I thought it was one.
I thought Paulie was joining.
I thought it was Paulie all the way up until they stole that nigga underwear, bro.
It was my man Cuddy the whole time.
Cuddy Flum. No, I think when I realized Frankie was going to join was when that nigga went with him into Water 7 to like scrap for it. I was like, oh okay, yeah. When they went to Ennis Lobby, I was like, oh nah, he joined the shit.
Yeah, let's get back to East Blue though. That's how we was on Sanji. But yeah, no, I did see that video. I'm gonna send it to y'all. I'm probably gonna post it in the comments as well. So if you guys want to check out that link for more horror, it's like if everybody that Luffy asked to join his crew said yes, and what his crew would look like and whatever. Yeah, it's a decent video, like 20 minutes. It's kind of
knock out the last 3 arcs.
Let's do this.
So we come into Arlong Park, which most people consider kind of the peak of the East Blue Saga.
Yes, sir.
And we get Nami's backstory. We find out that Arlong, as a strong fisherman representative, said, "We're not going to take it. No, we're not going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore." And he ran up on that island, up stick, and started shooting niggas. And said, "This is my island now, and if you want to live, you're going to pay the tax." And they paid it. And by they, I mean, Nami got out there in that field, started robbing and stealing, and she got the bread together, and she was going to buy her people's freedom back. But just like the capitalistic structure that we're currently oppressed by, no amount of money can free you. No amount of money can free you from the capitalist regime and the power structures that be to buy your way out of oppression. This is a machine. This is something that's been set up and ordained for you. And even when you get close enough to freedom, they will use legalities and physical force, if they must, to remove you from that position and re-oppress you and push you further down in the power structure. And that's why you got to say, fuck these niggas, get out on the sea and get to it. No real revolution without blood, brother. And that's when you remove the insignias of your oppressor from your skin and you fight back. And to fight back, you got to look to your common man, because the police will not help you. The military will not help you. It is your neighbor that will be you fighting with you on the front lines to get that oppression off of your shoulders, okay? Nobody else. And that's what Nami figured out. And Luffy said, bet. Show me where that fish nigga at. I'll show you how to make sushi. Sanji said, you don't even know how to cook.
Sashimi.
I'll make the sushi. And Luffy said, bet. I'ma just punch him. And that's what they went in there and did. Zoro was there too. He was cutting niggas down. Sanji in water, out of water, fighting with fishermen, karate niggas, They thought he was going to lose. They thought Sanji was a chump. No, whirlwind kicks, Ryu style, Zoro giving up crazy attacks. Luffy then brought the whole building down. He walked in there. He said, "Yo, y'all had Nami sleeping in these conditions like this?" He peeped the match. He said, "Oh, no way, dog."
Hey,
hold on. Usopp, don't forget that Usopp had a scrap too, bro.
Hey, but real quick, we got to acknowledge how crazy it was for initially for when we got the lore about fishmen. Like, oh, these niggas 10 times as strong as humans. Like, we saw these niggas was fucking niggas up. Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji was mixing these niggas like crazy. Like, I was like, Sanji, who is you feeling like? He hit this nigga with a 15 hit combo and said, "Yeah, game blouses." Zoro just said, "Hey, yo, who is this nigga? Hachi?"
It don't matter how many hands you got. It don't matter how many hands you got.
This
nigga said, "This my 3 swords." That nigga Hachi said 3. I got
my 8 swords. So
this nigga Zoro said, "Okay," and still under a crazy debuff. This nigga should be dead. He said, "You know what? My Q's a little hurt." Foo. And then you had this nigga Luffy. Look, this nigga tried to punk Luffy. Little fucking jagged edge sword salutes to them niggas. Sword on the neck, shit like that, trying to punk this nigga. This nigga grabbed that bitch, broke it. I said, "Whoa, this nigga a little too strong. What the hell?" And then he just started putting belt, destroying the room, and then back to belt, then big ass axe kick, belt. I said, "Oh nah."
He beat that boy so bad he reaffirmed his hate for the humans, bro.
He said, "I hate you, niggas."
He beat that nigga in racism, bro. He said, "Yeah."
That, bro, when you talk about that arc, and that's when you get to buy it. I remember, because when Nami, we all know it, episode 37. It's episode 37. Episode 37 is like what?
Racism. It's that nigga.
What was that? 19 for Demon Slayer? Was that episode 19? That one that was
19 for Demon Slayer that broke the internet. Yeah.
Episode 37 of One Piece, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it. When Nami had the dagger and she's just stabbing at the tats. I felt it, just like that music said right there. I felt it. Okay, and Luffy just stopped her. Grabbed his hat, and you know the significance of that hat as we move on later in the story. So when I'm going back and I'm watching highlights of this, I'm just like, damn, bro. Luffy took off his hat, put it on Nami's head.
Yeah, that was
and the straw hat pull up walk up scene.
Hardest one ever.
Boy. Of all
also Nami's left arm should be fucked up right now. I can't hold it. I don't know how she's still moving
crazy, bro.
She was like, bro, if you think about it, she was hitting muscle, tendon, all that shit, bro. She said, fire. Nigga,
like, when she hit it, I said, "Baby, you got to shave that off. You don't stab. You got to
exactly."
I mean,
she said,
"Brooke got stabbed in the head, so Nami could take a dagger." I'm just saying.
I know, but like when I saw it the first time, I was like,
"But back then, yeah,
not the show. The show."
She's like, "Luffy, help me!" Like.
Oh, she said, "Luffy, help me!" She almost had me ready to jump off the porch, nigga. I was ready. I was like, "Oh, who is ass we got beat, nigga? I'm outside."
It was at that moment when I fell in love with the. I didn't fall back in love again until Alabasta, but it was at that moment where episode 37, I'm like, "Oh my god, what am I watching?" That's what the first thought in your head pops into your head. Like you're not watching a regular anime that you're used to, or we called them cartoons back then, or Japanimation if you're old like me. I don't know if that's derogatory, so I apologize if that is. But yeah, watching that was the moment where I realized like this is not a regular show, and I didn't buy fully in until Alabasta, but I was locked back then.
Yeah, and that's the secret. Like honestly, that was my buy-in moment. Like, all right, this is it for me. This is gold, and that's how I approach it with other people. Like anyone wants, like, I feel like I have a high success rate in getting people, so I normally start them on episode of the East. If you can watch episode of the East, and if you are interested after Arlong, stick with it. If you have no feelings whatsoever, like it didn't do nothing for you, drop it. You don't.
Oh, you
need to
talking
be
about
bothered with
the
Special.
episode of the East Blue?
the
Or they
special where like kind of condenses everything down to an hour and a half.
yeah.
Like it's enough to give you all the details, like introduce the characters, do all that. So when I like that's how I got my wife. Like, all right, here, you've been talking smack to me for 10 years, saying how this is the dumb and you don't like the art style and you'll never get into it. Sit down, watch this episode. Give me one episode, try it out. She came to me with a lowered head, like, I'm interested.
I'm interested.
I'm interested. All right, now sit here, and we about to go through this. Time for Alabasta. Time. Next thing you know, oh, I'm a Zorro fan.
Yeah.
I like Zorro. Next thing I know,
We won't judge your wife for that.
I mean,
I'm invested.
So far, so everything up to Arlon was also in the live action, right? Which you know, kind of just to kind of compare. So I know Omar has a story like this too, but like my wife watched the live action because she couldn't get into it. She was like, I don't understand why you like that, but that's your thing. So I'm gonna let you do your thing. You got your little podcast and all that. Cool, go do that. That's your little hobby. I'm like, all right. And then when the live action came out, I'm like, come in. Come in. And she watched this. She was like, "Oh, that was really good."
Okay.
What season 2 come out?
Yeah.
They was cooking, and I'm like,
"But TV show." Okay,
yeah. Because I showed her because like this one of the things I like to do is especially because there's a lot of critique socio-political stuff in One Piece, right? So I always love to defer to the celestial dragon punch that Luffy does, you know. And before I get to that scene, right, I build up like this is who the celestial dragons are, you know, and insert blurb about celestial dragons. All y'all know it. You know, if you're watching this right now, you more than likely know about the celestial dragons. So you introduce the celestial dragons as the most evil motherfuckers in the verse, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you build up to you showing Hachi on the ground getting shot, you know what I'm saying? And the walk up the steps so slow, so clean, and Luffy just dodging bullets. And like Omar said, bro, he punching niggas, bro. That's for the parlay, bro. He doing it for the parlay. Like,
there's no better feeling when you, JJ, like you said, like when you have friends who have. We all have, everybody on this pod, everybody that's a part of the One Piece Nakama as a whole. When you have one of your friends who talked down on One Piece forever, and then they finally decide to give it a shot, and they message you on the side. They're never gonna message you in person and put it on Front Street. They're gonna message you on the side. I'll never forget. I got a message on Twitter. Somebody said, "Hey, bro, I'm watching One Piece right now, man. Where can I go to watch One Piece?" And that's when you know, like, where can I go to watch it? If you know, you got Crunchyroll, you got Netflix. And he was like, "Wait a second, you're a seasonal, ain't you? You locked in. You've caught up to every episode that's on Netflix at the time. You're asking for the Crunchy password. You're asking for me to share the password right now. You're trying to get locked in." I said, "When'd you start?" "Nah, bro, I just was like this." And then you know what he said next, JJ? You know what he said next, Why and Tony? You know what he said? You know what he said, Duke D. Blur, Donald? He said, "Bro, so tell me about manga."
You gotta lock in, bro.
He said, "Tell me about manga." He said, "Tell me about manga."
I'll try to get locked in at that point. He said, "Listen, bro, I can't wait because I don't want nobody to spoil it, bro. Go ahead and tell me about manga."
To this day, he won't never put it on Front Street, and I respect it because, hey,
no, you gotta pay it, bro.
Sometimes you gotta be NBA, nigga, before anime. But he hits me up on the side and asks for my thoughts on the chapters, and I appreciate that, okay, because he's connected.
Yeah. All right, we gonna move on from Arlon. What's next? We got Lowtown, right?
Lowtown, that's a return to Lowtown.
Yep. All right, man. We jump into Lowtown, and Luffy almost gets slammed out here. Had it not been for the grace of God, or Monkey D. Dragon.
The grace of Dragon.
Was it the grace of God or the grace of Dragon?
You never know. It wouldn't be the first child that he saved. Wouldn't be the last.
Say it one more time for the people.
will not be the first child that he saved, and he saved the mighty man.
You know what?
A great man.
Dragon might be a god.
One and the same. Hey, devil or God, you tell me the difference.
Hey, who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it? Hey, he almost got slammed out by Buggy though.
Depends on how
Buggy had him dead to rights, but before that, Smoker was putting belt on that boy. Luffy had no hockey. He had no offense that he could put up with. He just was running and hoping that Smoker didn't put them hands on him. The Sea Prism Stone was too much for him. It was bad. And then after he get slammed out by by Buggy, then that's when Dragon come into the situation. And when Dragon come into the situation, the first thing he do is to take all of the aura that Smoker had built up meticulously across an entire arc and devour it in one panel. He walks up behind this man. Nothing but presence alone says bend the knee. Smoker said, how much? He said, make it acute. That boy got at 23 degrees. He was at 23 degrees, bro. He said, and then he seen it at 23. He said, that ain't cute enough. He dropped down to 15 degrees. Back of the thigh, touching the calf.
He was doing the split, bro.
Back of the thigh on the calf, fully spread at the hip.
He said the thigh touching the ankle, bro.
The thigh was touching our ankle. He said, "Please, Daddy."
He need his shit to do this, boy. Hit that
Dragon then proceeded to let the aura that he stole from Smoker release through the entire city so that they could feel the wind of hockey. And then a lightning bolt drops down on Luffy's body, incapacitating Buggy. Luffy looked up with a smile on his face and said, even if I'd have died, I'd have kept the smile because I'm not no bitch. And I ain't never been one. And at that point, they knew. That's King of the Pirate material right there. Smoker got on the phone with his management. He said, y'all never going to believe this. Dragon pulled up on me. I took an L. Not my fault, though. It's Monkey D. Dragon. He also saved this little nigga Monkey D. Luffy. Get a family check on that. Call Garp. Garp said, boy, get your bitch ass off my phone. You should have beat my grandson. You called me with no bullshit, nigga. Get your hockey up. He said, but your son was there. He said, even more reason you should have squabbled, whole ass nigga. He the most dangerous man in the world. And you on the phone when you seen him. Had it been me, I'd have knocked this bitch ass out. Get up, fuck off my phone. Garp hangs up on him. He immediately like, well, Smoker, because of that, the way that it's going to look, we're going to have to give you a transfer. It's a lateral shift, but you need to go train. He ain't been back yet. He ain't been back yet. That boy is somewhere training to this day.
That nigga humble, bro.
He humbled that man. Nigga, bro. And then the crew escaped, and they hit straight to Reverse Mountain. Once we hit Reverse Mountain, Nami said, I'm going to show y'all why I'm on this ship. She get to swimming that motherfucker up the mountain. She grabbed the wheel, she threw it to the side. She said, Luffy, slingshot us. Y'all keep us off the rocks. We got Zoro jumping out, cutting shit. She's swinging the joint. Not even because you turn the ship regular. Yeah, no, she up that motherfucker. She's throwing that motherfucker like a 64 caddy. Spun it up Reverse Mountain. They didn't get on the next side. He said, niggas don't even come up that way. That's how I know y'all real. That's how I know y'all real, because y'all swung that motherfucker. And that's how real
counterclockwise spinners, nigga. Hit them with the
they bladed that motherfucker through that joint. Said hing. And then she threw that joint to the side, and the currents propelled the ship right up the mountain for real. Grace of God. And now we go East Blue Saga, man.
East Blue. Yo, yeah, so another thing we missed too, because we kind of got introduced to the lore of the swords in Low Town as well.
Oh, that is when Zoro pulled that
Zoro Tashigi. Yeah, Zoro versus Tashigi. Yeah,
and you see his posture, elongated arm, open for attack. Not this, just reactive. Elongated arm, open for an attack. He's willing to give as much as he get. This,
he said,
defensive.
He said, yeah, this bitch cursed. He said it'll cut me on the way down, bro. Let's see if I beat the
That cut my
curse.
hand off.
Watching the
Which is
remake,
better, it's
remake
curse
version
or
of
my
that.
luck.
Watching the remake version of that, the enhanced animation of that scene, of that moment, and yeah, that was dope. That was dope. That was when you had, they call aura farming. Is once again, not this elongated arm. That was dope. Shout out to Zoro. I just said
Yeah.
that, so please remember that.
Yeah. That whole interaction was fire. Even with like just the shop owner being like, "Yo, I see something in you. I'm gonna give you my family sword." Unfortunately, we know what happens to the swords a little bit down the line for real. But
It wasn't that sword wasn't really like that for real.
It wasn't like that. Like
hey, listen, it's like, hey, yo, we go back to the shop owner. Hey, son, we didn't. The sword got destroyed, but we wish you the best.
Hey,
Keep it moving. We wish you the best,
wish
bro.
you the best.
Yo, is
but I do tell
Logtown?
people I used it.
So is Logtown where we really get a better view of people at different levels?
What you mean?
Because I think beforehand, all the other fights that Luffy had, we didn't really worry if he was going to lose. Like everyone still seemed like relatively the same, if not weaker. I feel like Logtown is like really where it opens up, where okay, Luffy can't just be anybody.
Right.
There's levels to this. There's levels to swords.
Mm-hmm.
There's levels to these oceans. Like I feel like this might be like the start of
I do agree. I mean, because we got introduced to Sea Prism and stuff too. Like so, like there's things that and I think we've talked about this too before offline, but I think most of us are in agreement here that Luffy was the same strength that he was in Romance Dawn that he was by the time he got to Marineford for real.
No, I would say in these lobbies when the first time he started getting stronger. I'll go.
He gets stronger, like because I mean, like we know you get like enhanced capabilities, but like I mean, like, I'm talking about like strength wise.
No, even strength wise, I think in these lobbies, like he's
lobbies,
like, all right,
okay.
he even makes a declaration.
Rob Lucci really
took him to the.
Well, I think it was the Vice Admiral Akaiji. Put belts and he was like, oh. When he got completely frozen, he's like, all right, I need to get stronger.
Yeah.
That was like the first time he was like, I need to get stronger. Every other fight.
Even like when he got to, well, yeah, okay, I'll give y'all that. Let's say in his lobby, right? So like when we say just the introduction of things unknown was really what hindered Luffy. I mean, yeah, in the moment, if that was the first time I watched it, yeah, I'm like, oh shit, Luffy can actually be beaten. And it ain't no easy, quick solve for all this shit no more.
Because he's probably stronger than Smoker at that time. And if you really want to keep it a buck, it's just Smoker has a Logia and he also has Steel Stone Prism.
And you can't really fight Logias without Aki.
He has no
which again, he's ignorant of, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah. He's a true. We've spoken about this offline. The prodigy that is Luffy in this story at his age is scary. And we all know the prodigy that his granddaddy was. And if you read the manga, you know that we assume that his daddy is a dog. We know that his daddy got that dog in him in terms of mindset. We just, haven't seen it portrayed on the panel yet or on the screen.
His daddy a dog, bro.
But we know his daddy's a dog through and through, especially mentality-wise.
Yeah. Speaking of the East Blue though, and this art, man, Wit News just released a trailer. I mean, Wit Studio just released a new trailer for the One Piece remake. What are some of y'all thoughts about the remake? Remaking the anime, making it shorter, minus a lot of the filler episodes.
I looked at that trailer and I said, "Hold up." I got 10 seconds in. I went back. I closed the tweet down and I went and looked. I said, make sure this verified. This ain't no AI. Because that's what you got to do nowadays. Yeah, then I went back to the trailer. I said, this ain't no AI. I said, this shit crispy now. This is a crisp trailer. Because I could see individual people in the crowd below Goldie Rogers' execution tower, and I said, "That's real crisp." I see the lines in his hat. I kept watching. I said, "Hold the fuck up now. This is tax evasion. Somebody evaded tax. They underpaying people when they evaded taxes on this. When did One Piece get tax evasion level animation like this? It's some CG on this. It's some 2D. I like the handle. I said, hold on. We about to cook. If One Piece looked like this from the inception, oh my god. This might be the greatest thing to happen to One Piece since Oda started writing.
I've had, once again, friends who've never watched One Piece before, friends who have watched a lot of anime, and I'm talking about quality mid to popular shows, to romance, you name it, right? And they said, I'm not watching One Piece. They didn't want to commit to it, but they saw the wit and they heard about the wit, and they're able to condense it. And I feel like we have faith as true Nakama. We all watched the live action. We all saw that the live action took some, some creative freedom, but they also
some liberties,
some liberties, but they also still stayed true to the core narrative and the canonical facts of the story. And Wit's going to do the same thing. And that's not to knock Toei and their style in terms of how they draw out episodes, because at the end of the day, that's how we all grew up watching anime back then. It was rare. It was rare to find a show in that era that didn't have a similar format with anime. It wasn't until later when we started condensing and going to cores and 12 seasons or 1 to 2 chapters in an anime. So I applaud Wit. A lot of friends are going to start watching One Piece, and that's all it's about. That's all it's about, ladies and gentlemen. No matter when you jump on our ship, we just want you aboard for the ride. Now, with that being said, there's certain things that we don't want you to hear. We don't want you to say. We want you to catch up. We want you to grow. We want you to ride. Fast forward. We want you to ride the waves, and we're not talking about Sony. We want you to ride the wave that is One Piece. This nigga must be asleep, because that was that was a jab that Tony normally would respond to.
No, he got his camera on. He probably do something.
But no, I'm just happy to have Wit. I'm happy to see 7 episodes. And I want to see what liberties they take and what they remove, because I'm assuming they're going up to Arlong Park with the 7 episodes.
I believe so. Yeah.
So
I believe it goes up to right before low time.
Yeah, so if they're going right before Lowtown, you can just imagine that Syrup Village might be condensed into.
Yeah, they get rid of all the beginning stuff with the Usopp pirates with the onion and all of them. To get rid of all that.
All that's gonna be gone.
Clean all that up.
All that's
they're just gonna be bystanders looking up and stuff, whatever. They were the connection to Usopp getting to Luffy, or Luffy they getting Luffy's help or whatever and stuff. But I think beyond that, like, they don't really get involved, because that's a long part of the surface of the story, is that part. And then obviously the introduction to Kaya and Kuro, whatever. But yeah, I think that I agree. Yeah. What say you?
I would say it's looking crisp. It's definitely fitting. I feel like it's fitting that style of, it's crispy, but it's also fitting that style of like Netflix anime, not the original stuff, but like the real premium stuff that people are drawn to Netflix for. So I really do think that's a good formula. Condensing down, I feel like this is what we've all wanted, because people that have been on this journey for a long time, if you have one critique, that is the one critique. It's the pacing.
Yeah.
And us being able to actually see that, like, I think this makes it easier for the next generation. And I'm not talking about like old heads getting into it, but I'm thinking about like even though my daughter's into it, I'm thinking about, all right, this is gonna be great for when my youngest daughter and my son get of age to watch it, and they can just watch it very easily and not have to go through as much screen time to catch up. You see what I'm saying? So I do think this is going to be something that, if executed well, will go down in history books.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with condensed versions of the anime, but like only because like you need to be reading that manga. Like if you like One Piece and you don't read the manga, I'm gonna have to assume it's because you can't read. And for that, I know they got programs and services that can help that for real. But like other than that, like it's no way that you go into this anime and are okay with missing out on critical details that are only in the manga or only in SBSs. Like you're missing out on so much lore and context and substance of the actual like source material that you love, be it an anime, by not reading a book. Like, and I guess if that's the way you do it, and you like, oh, I'm anime only, and you staunchly on that wave, cool, I guess. But you don't know the full. You don't love One Piece as much as you think you do because you loved it more if you read the stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that for me, uh, I'm excited about it. I personally just want the same animation we were getting post Wano, or I mean even in Wano, but in Wano and beyond, like I want to see like cleaner stuff for the earlier joints. Like I love what I saw so far from the remake of the Fishman Island art. I need to finish that. But for what I saw so far, like the return to Sabi and them initially getting to Fishman Island, like everything looked a lot better, bro. And of course, they're trying to condense that too. And I think that was just kind of to test the audience for what the reception would be for Wit Studio. But do we know what other projects Wit has done? I'm trying to think. Didn't Wit do the first, not the first attack? What's the show I'm thinking of? Didn't Wit do
What were
the
the
first
original?
season of
They're the first three for Attack on Titan, so that's what they were known for originally.
Yeah.
yeah, Wit was no yeah, Wit did
They did,
do Attack on.
they did
Did
They did
Vinland
they?
the first
Saga
three
too.
seasons, 1 through 3 of Attack on Titan. They did
Yeah.
Spy X
They
Family,
did Vinland
season
Saga.
1 of Vinland
Did
Saga,
they do season
Ranking
one
the
of who did
Kings.
season one of One Punch Man?
That wasn't Wit. That
That
was
wasn't Wit.
no,
Okay.
that was
Not
Manga.
Mappa.
Hold on,
No, that's what I'm thinking
Um,
about. Vinland Saga. I'm thinking about season one, right?
yeah, they
I
season
did
think
season
one
1.
was
yeah.
Madhouse.
They good
For
too.
that's for One Punch Man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Madhouse did One
Madhouse.
Punch Man season
Madhouse is
1.
good. We don't talk about season two, but Madhouse was great for season one.
I heard season three was bad. That's what I heard.
Season three was rough. I'm not gonna lie. Season three and it's the monster arc. Yeah, it's the strength of the manga that
It
made me
took
watch.
one of the greatest arcs in all of anime. I'm talking that
All the
Monster
manga.
Association Hawk was a heater and produced dog water.
Wait. They got to the season three. Got to the raid.
Yeah, they're at the raid. They got through. Let's see, the Phoenix fight versus Child Emperor. They went through Zombie. I'm trying to think where they ended off at. Homeboy just got saved. So Phoenix fought Child Emperor. So Child Emperor fought.
They did a little of Atomic Samurai.
Comic Samurai had a little. Yeah, I'm trying to think where they ended. I can't remember where they ended. They ended where
They
Saitama
had the moment.
into the fray.
Yeah,
He's like
Was
running.
Saitama walking in there?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. No, because but yeah. So with Studio, man, they got. I definitely love Vinland Saga season one. I love the first three seasons of Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan really got me back in the anime for real. Outside of One Piece, because that's all I was watching at the time. Like it was One Piece and then reruns of Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho. And then when seeing Attack on Titan, I was like, yeah, bro, I need to get back into some clean stuff.
ALC was a special moment.
And Wit was a part of that because I definitely give credit to the studio that did the artwork for that. So if they could do the same thing in resurrecting engagement with One Piece, bro, shit, I'm all for it.
Sky's the limit. The first
Yeah.
season, Spy X Family, and the best thing about Wit that they do well, and Brandon knows this and I'm not sure JJ if you watched Ranking the Kings,
Nah.
but I know me and Brandon and both Tony have all watched Ranking the Kings, and there's something about the name Boji. Ranking the Kings is such a unique anime, but it is truly. I don't want to say a 10 out of 10 anime, but it's a strong 9.7.
Mhm.
And that animation style, when Boji was going against his daddy, Brandy, you know what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
or the moments, the emotional draw, and the main character can't say a word at all due to his I don't want to call it a handicap, but due to life, due to his condition. But that never stopped him, and the animation didn't feel like a crutch. They didn't treat him like as such, and Whit did an amazing job of taking that role and not like highlighting that to an extent, or putting the spotlight 24/7 on what the condition was, but just truly treating him as like a true character, like a real character. It was beautiful.
Love that, and I know, yeah, man, I'm excited. Especially because Whit's doing it, man. And I know, Omar, we talked about the current episode, the anime. We get the new voice actor who's doing the voice for Shamrock, Shank's brother, twin brother. It's the same voice actor that did Nanami, correct?
When I tell you that I need them to go back and remake when Shamrock went and met with the Celestial, with the Gorosei, because Shamrock's voice with Nanami's voice actor, Brandon, you love Shanks, right? Shamrock, Nanami voice actor voice is cold, bro. Bro.
Look, man, I get it. They trying to sauce show up. I don't believe in face hockey, and I don't believe in face feats for real. He ain't did nothing but stab a chain, man.
Hey, yo,
cool, bro.
One of my
Shamrock. You on fraud watch?
Spoiler warning.
Spoilers. But if you hear, you should have already read it, like I said. And Shamrock, you on fraud watch? And your daddy ain't even on fraud watch no more. He's been fully abducted into the fraud detection agency. He's a scammer and a liar, stolen valor.
But he's the hero. He's the hero of the Celestials.
He did kill Ross, bro. He didn't lie about that. That's his.
But it's about how he did it.
JJ.
Because if I say I robbed you, JJ, but actually somebody else robbed you, and then the person ran away, had a heart attack, and dropped his stuff, and I picked it up, and then I'm telling niggas, oh, this JJ chain, I robbed him.
Mm-hmm. No, I heard that.
You be on Instagram the next day, that pussy ass nigga ain't robbed me, bro. No whole other nigga had the gun on me. He got me and he shot me. I had to go to the hospital, and then this nigga gonna pick up my chain because I popped that nigga back. You done shot the nigga who robbed you back. Y'all both bloody, and then I'll mosey on over after you didn't whoop my ass, mind you. You beat me up 40 minutes before me. You whipped me and all my homies' ass 40 minutes beforehand, and then I moseyed over and was like, yeah, I got the drop on you now. No, you don't. Use a bitch.
With that being said, Garland, I see you, Garland. I respect you for who you are. I'm gonna place you.
Hey, but one of my favorite quotables from Brandon, though, bro. You can't put Shank's feet on a nigga named Shamrock, bro. You can't put in the twin. You can't put the twins' feet on the nigga. Yo, he on Friday Watch, bro.
We did that shit with T and Tamira, and look how it turned out.
I'm done.
In the show, bro.
I'm done.
In the show. Just like B2K, this versus is over because pretty.
Nah, bro. We gotta talk about the verses, bro. We got to,
bro. Yo, Pretty Ricky said it ain't nothing but a belt. They say, yeah. All right, now I will say Pretty Ricky put belt on him, but I watched the whole performance of Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, and he was not hitting that high note during the chorus. He let the crowd sing it every time.
There was like one or two songs where he was kind of.
He said, "Y'all got it."
Shout out to they don't got the reps. They don't do that. I mean, they go on a screen tour every other year.
No, all them niggas looking like they let themselves go, except for Spectacular. Y'all really got to start caring about y'all bodies and getting in the gym, Jack. Because like Pleasure P. I don't know if that P is for portions, but that jacket was snug on you, brother. And I'm a huskier nigga. I got a gut up under here. I got a gut up under here.
Hey, I got a gut.
Nigga, you see my
that jacket? That suit jacket?
That jacket was crazy, bro.
In this region,
He look like
it was
the nigga that
crazy
was
pull.
the nigga that said, "I've been delivered." He look like that nigga, bro.
Yo,
I've been delivered.
that
I'm not
jacket
gay
was
no more.
tight,
I was so conflicted because I was
homie.
like, I hate this, I hate the stature right now in this jacket.
But he was
But
killing the
also,
niggas with
he
that tight ass
putting
jacket.
belt on them niggas,
Grind
boy.
on, hey, grind on me. Your jacket, my jacket, tight as up.
And he was still hitting the dance moves too.
Yo,
I
His
got
dance
new
moves.
shoes on my ride,
yes, sir.
rolling down 95.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, bro.
sir.
I
Boy,
gotta get
they
into
was
B2K. You know, I don't want to. I'm not. Look, I think the ladies put it best on the timeline. B2K was when they were there. You listen to B2. They listened to B2K when they were in high school. They listened to Pretty Ricky while they were in college, and we all know how college basement
Bullshit.
parties were.
I listened to both in high school. And let me tell you something. It was only one of them I played when the shorties came on.
And
It
it
was
wasn't.
only
And
one
it
of them.
wasn't. Baby, that's the reason why I
No, bro.
like
And it
you.
you
was
think I'm gonna invite me as what did they dropped in 2003?
they dropped which album? It depends on which album.
They
Blue
debut
Stars.
album
You talking
You talking
about
about Blue
B2K?
Stars?
B2K.
Oh,
B2K
okay.
was 2002.
Yeah.
2002 Blue Stars I know was '05.
Mhm.
In 2002, I just entered into high school.
Oh,
You out of
five, I
your damn
graduated high
mind.
school.
If I, at 14, have talked to another young lady, convinced her that, yeah, I want to go fuck this nigga, and then she pulls up to my house and I cut on bump, bump, bump.
That was 2004. Bum 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 was on 2000.
I don't give a damn what song it was. I ain't playing no B2K when the shorties at the crib, bruh.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And I'm like, you because Bump 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 is being nice because that's probably the only song that's provocative. That's probably y'all most provocative song that y'all had, bro. And I'm like,
What's that
Well,
other one?
they had some more,
Girlfriend?
but they couldn't. They were trying their best not to play artist
no.
redacted songs. You know, because
yeah, I ain't trying to hear that bullshit.
artists,
man.
I'll play some R. Kelly. I'll play I'm a Flirt in a Minute and just cut out R. Kelly verse, bro.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't have went in there with the intention to play the songs, but once I started getting belt like that, we'd have had to call a huddle or audible or something, bro.
Hey, yo, you still got that R. Kelly? Yo, play that.
Yo, get him off of us.
Yeah, just play that. Just cut it before his verse come on, bro.
I remember one time I was at karaoke and I tried to do nothing but a number. And mind you, everybody knows I can hold a fake note, so the chorus was easy. But trying to rap that verse that makes no sense, and the only part I can say, I'm talking about back action satisfaction. That's the only part I can do on beat.
Hey, this ain't nothing but the number, girl. With the bitch, the word. I don't know what the fuck that nigga
I've never understood the lyrics other than like the parts that come in from
back
the
action slow. I'm like, yeah, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. It is, but
Oh,
see,
your
but
neck like a vampire.
also, bro, I
Baby.
think my issue with that verses was that the nigga who started all the mess, bro, the one that started all the mess and all that stuff, didn't even really do much, bro. Like that nigga had like 3, 4 verses maybe on the song, bro. Nigga was just they was like, yo, then they called him out on lip syncing. And I was like, all right, now they niggas getting messy, bro. They out here getting
They also made another call, and they didn't know that Buddy, he's fighting addiction, and I thought that was an out of pocket line too, and and Pretty Ricky locked in even more to put belt to ass when their other one of their other members who's battling, and we want to send our prayers as he continues to battle.
Yeah.
No, hey, prayers,
You
dog.
can't fight addiction and fight me at the same time. That shit don't work.
Can't fight addiction and what?
And fight
And
me,
fight me at the same time. You finna lose. You finna lose doubly. I don't like that.
No cap.
But the fact is,
I missed that dude though, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. They do a reunion with all 4 of them, bro. Like I pray that you get healthy or whatever.
Hey Tony, look at the chat.
They do a reunion with all 4 of them, bro. It's gonna be lit.
Don't respond.
Hey man, say man. God dang old man.
God dang,
man. Inside man.
All right, yo, we about to wrap this up, bro. But before we wrap this up, we got DreamCon coming up in a few weeks, yo. We want to make sure that we shout out that if y'all gonna be there, man, make sure y'all look us up. We doing I just can't wait to sing Disney Part 4. We got I just can't wait to sing Disney Part 4, man. You already know. for those who are for those of us who are going to be there, we running that. So make sure y'all tune in. Is it going to be on that Saturday or that Sunday? Oh,
Friday.
it's going to be on that Friday night. Is it on the main stage?
Friday afternoon.
Friday afternoon. Oh, we there early, yo. It's the first day. Make sure y'all turn up, man. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
so
a good time.
get that badge. Y'all go right to the Disney joint. It's going to be packed out. If you
I
wait,
saw,
you're not getting there. And I'm gonna let you know it's full tabernacle experience. I didn't heard backdoor information. I'm not gonna say nothing, but I didn't got backdoor information. We got everything coming up in there. So come with a spirit of joyfulness. Come with a
Hallelujah.
spirit of happiness and get ready to sing
Hallelujah.
all your favorite Disney songs with a group of people that also want to sing their favorite Disney songs. There might even be somebody in there shooting a bubble gun again.
you
That shit
never
was
know.
whimsical.
Man, you never know. It's a spirit of joy, it's a spirit of community, and all in all, we're coming together to celebrate Disney. We're coming together to celebrate Broadway musicals, and together we all form the Disney Tabernacle Choir Friday,
Wow.
July 10th, from 3:30 to 5 p.m. Guess what? It's right after the opening session. So you got to make a decision, my friends. Hey, you might have to leave that opening session a little bit early because I'm letting you
You want
guys
to make
know
sure
right
you get a
now.
seat.
I'm letting you go. You're not gonna be in the front row, but there's gonna be a bunch of seats, and I just want to let y'all know. No, we're super excited. Shout out to myself, shout out to Tony, shout out to the whole squad for all the support. We're at year 4. It's grown. We've been from 300 to over 1,000 now, and that's only because of the community. So we want to thank you guys for rocking with us. Thank you guys for rocking with the vision, with the vibe. It's going to be an epic time. So I hope that you are going to be prepared to stay one jump ahead and become a part of our world here with the Disney Tabernacle Choir.
Yes, sir. That's dope, man. That's the perfect way to end it. Yo, this is another episode. Make sure y'all tune in next time when we review the the Drum Island art. Well, no, we doing Whiskey Pete and Drum Island. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that, bro. The Alabaster Saga go ahead. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Thanks again. Be safe out
Peace.
here. Be safe. Deuces.